So on my channel, I mostly speak about investing your money. But in order to invest money, obviously you need some money or need to earn money, right? And this is where the topic of today comes in, because in case you start running your own side hustle in addition to your full-time job, or you already have a business running, then this video will be perfect for you because you need some way to capture the money from other people into your own account, right? And this is where Stripe comes in. Now, I've been using Stripe for many years. It's an amazing platform. And in this video, I want to give you a review, an overview of the platform, which is arguably one of the largest payment processor on the internet. So if you want to capture anyone's credit card or get paid online, then honestly, I don't think there are many better options out there than Stripe. Now, granted, there are other competitors that are trying, but honestly, Stripe has been true and tried and tested over time. They know what they're doing. I'll show you the reasons why I love them so much. And honestly, you should definitely check them out in case you start to plan, even selling your freelance services, which I do myself for my one-on-one consultation calls. Whenever somebody books me, it goes through Stripe as well. Same as all my other payments, all of them are going through Stripe. And it just makes my business so much easier. The cool thing with Stripe, it integrates with pretty much anything you can think of, all the accounting softwares, Zapier automations. And again, I'll show you that in a second. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's have a very quick look at the website over here. Obviously, they really partner with some of the biggest brands out there you can think of. All of them are using Stripe. So it's not just some random business that people use to build a side hustle, but really solid businesses, global businesses are using them to facilitate payments online. So honestly, yeah, you can really trust them. They know what they're doing. It's not some scammy interface, what have you. And things like the checkout experience, I'll show you in the end also, but you can use very easy Apple Pay, Google Pay without any setup. And for me, it's all about reducing frictions. All of us probably been on checkout pages that are so complicated where you have to enter a password first, then you have to have your credit card details that you manually have to type in. There's no integration with Google or Apple Pay, which for me is already a big no-no. I think it's really important to have that. Here, they really perfected the checkout experience to have as many conversions as possible, and I really love it. And even many different countries that are supported, they have different regional specific checkout opportunities. So really powerful, definitely worthwhile to check out. And again, it integrates with so many different places as well. And in case you're wondering if they are available in your country, they really are a global company. Obviously, they can't cover every single country, but already have now 46 covered. So you can have a look over here and see most of them in there. So yeah, if you're in any of those, you'll be able to have access to them. Don't try to cheat the system, have a VPN and set up a fake company. That used to work a few years ago, but they're really cracking down on that. They really want to have legit businesses because they are a legit company. They might eventually become a stock listed company, so they don't want to play any games. So be mindful of that. But if you're in any of those countries, you are good to go and set up your own Stripe account. And in terms of pricing, it's also very transparent, very straightforward. And yeah, really love it. There's no minimum fee. There's no monthly fee that you pay if you're on the free plan. Obviously, they have also some business and advanced plans, but most of the people, myself included, are on the free plan where you only pay commissions whenever a transaction happens. So if you have your account set up and you don't get any money, you don't pay anything to Stripe. To set up your account is fully free of charge. And then there's only small charges every time you make a sale, which honestly, I don't mind because, whenever I make money, I'm happy to share a little of the commission with Stripe. That's totally fine. Here you can see very clearly what you're going to be paying, 1.5% plus 25 cents per transaction. And honestly, that's really fair in my opinion. For UK cards, it's 2.5% and 25 cents. That's what I'm seeing right now because I'm accessing it from a European VPN. If you're in the US, you have slightly different percentages if you're elsewhere as well. So just go onto your own Stripe account in your native country and you'll see the percentages, but most of them in the range 3 to 4%. Of course, some of the transaction fees might be sometimes higher. For example, I have customers using international credit cards. I believe there's another 1% on top of it. And if they pay in another currency, there's also currency conversion. And I think it's another 1%. So yeah, in some cases, I pay, I think 4.5%. So it's a bit higher. But even then, honestly, the way Stripe handles all of the things, the benefits it offers me, the checkout experience you'll see in a second. I mean, for me, it's really worth the money because I'm really getting so much value from it. And again, maybe some competitors out there might do it for 0.5% less or 1% even. But in the grand scheme of things, in terms of conversion, what I'm getting out of it, for me, it's so much better because I know I'm getting industry-leading checkout experiences, payment processing, all of it free of charge basically, and only pay a commission on succession. For me, is really worth it. And again, when people see Stripe at checkout, they also know it's a trusted page, right? We've all been on checkout pages that look really dodgy. I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my credit card details in there. So again, if you have Stripe at your checkout, I think it gives also a lot of credibility. Actually, if you go down here, you can see a little bit more for international cards. It will be 3.25% plus the 25% plus 2% if currency conversion is required. So again, it does add up a little bit over time, but this is common for a lot of payment processes out there. And let's not talk about PayPal because yeah, I used to use them for a while, but that was such a painful experience. They would always lock up my funds. Again, that's one of the benefits with Stripe. I'm getting paid out every single week. As soon as I receive the money, next week it's paid to me into my account. They don't charge me anything for it. And again, that's just so smooth. With PayPal, I was always hunting to get my money and it was really, really a pain. So yeah, that's really, really nice as well over there. Some of the credit and debit cards that are out there, even American Express you can accept, Union Pay for Chinese customers in case you have them. And yeah, it's just so seamless. One click, you have Apple Pay, Google Pay enabled, and yeah, it's just a breeze to use. Right, but with this, let's log on and see how it actually looks like. So here we are into one of my accounts. Actually, right now I'm in test mode. You can see that over here. So you don't see actual numbers and what have you. But yeah, basically that's the dashboard with what you greeted. One thing to keep in mind, once you register the account, in the future, you will have a drop-down list here with all your different accounts. That used to be different. It used to be all in one account, but now Stripe changed that. And now all new accounts that you register with Stripe will basically be its own entity. But honestly, I quite like it. It differentiates certain things. So for example, my one-on-one consultation calls are in one little entity, and that keeps everything separate, right? Versus my Smart Money Club income, I have yet on another Stripe account. In the end, obviously, you can all interlink them, and at the back end, you see a lot of similarities, how you can link them, notifications. So it really treats it as one entity, but within each, you have like a subdivision. So don't be surprised. A lot of people, when they have 2-3 Stripe accounts, they get a bit concerned why they have different ones, but it's just to keep things separate. And honestly, I really quite appreciate it. Now I can see how much I made with my calls, how much I made from my club, and it also keeps the customer database separate. So actually a lot of benefits in there. So yeah, once you set up your account, which honestly is quite easy, obviously you need to have some kind of proof that you have a business. You need to be a legal person and planning to operate even as a freelancer. When I didn't have an official registered business, it was possible to do that in Europe. In Dubai, it was a bit more tricky. They really wanted my legal documents, but obviously I registered my company in Dubai and what have you. It took me, I think, less than half a day to really have my account verified and able to use. Right, and as you can see, that's basically your main dashboard where you can see the revenues coming in. And on the left is where you can do various things. You obviously see the payments, you see the balances. This is where you can see how much is being paid to your bank account. So payments is what you received, and then you can specify the interval of payments that you want to do to your banks. Once you set up your Stripe account, you will tell Stripe what is your bank account. You will link those two. So then, as per your wish, you have the payout schedule, so you can change that to any time, to weekly, to monthly, or manually whenever you want to do this. And then automatically, as per your schedule, Stripe will send the money to your chosen bank account. So it makes it really nice, and you don't have to worry about that. Then of course, customers. Here we'll see all your customers. It's also a nice little CRM tool where basically you see all your customers in one go with the email address, what they bought in the past, even if they bought something, they posted, come back. So you have the whole track record of that over here, which makes it really easy to see. But let's move to product catalog, because that's probably the one most people will be using. In case you want to sell something online, either a service or a product, you need to have some kind of product in order to list it somewhere. So the first thing you want to be doing is add your first product. And that's very, very simple to do. Go ahead, click on add product over here. So let's go ahead and give you an example. So let's say the first one is a consultation call. That's the name. Just come up with the name. You give it a description if you want. That will show at the checkout page. Again, you don't have to do that. You can also add an image. The more a potential customer sees, the more likely they will be able to buy your product. But it's up to you. You don't have to do that. I have a landing page on a separate website builder, and then there's a button where they check out, and then it just goes to the Stripe page. So again, I don't want to overwhelm them on the Stripe page. I do the selling on my landing page, not on Stripe, but it's up to you. You can do whatever you wish. Images, you can add certain things here, and a statement descriptor, what have you. So a lot of details you can fill, even marketing list, which is really cool, like a breakdown of all the features. Again, it's up to you, but for the sake of this example, I just want to take you through the motion. Then you can say, is it a recurring charge, like a subscription, or is it a one-off? So that depends, right? If it's a one-off call, then probably it's going to be a one-off. If it's something, like a membership, like the Smart Money Club, for example, that will be a recurring charge. So it's up to you, depending on the situation. And in this case, I will have a one-off charge. Here you can really specify which currency and how much it would be costing. So obviously right now, my account is based in the UAE, so the default account will be AED, the dirham. But for example, I could change it to dollars and say the call is, let's say, $200. And then from here, you could also add other pricing options if you wanted to, add other currency, which is really nice. For example, in euros, I could say, okay, what is it? Let's say 180 euros, I believe. And I could add even more currencies. And I'll show you later on. The cool thing is, depending on the IP address of a user or customer, whatever they're logging in from, they would see either address, right? If they're coming from Europe, they would see the euro price. If they're coming from the US or anywhere outside of Europe, they would see the dollar signs. And that's, I think, really nice again for conversion, because again, a European might be more likely to buy something in their native currency than if they had to pay the same price in Japanese yen, right? Because they feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's not a currency they're usually using. So I think it can be really powerful. Again, maybe don't add 50 currencies, but 2-3 of the major ones might make sense depending on your demographics that you're going after. If you're happy with this, go ahead, click on add product, and boom, there you go. Your first product has been added. As you can see over here, consultation call, $200 created when it was. And yeah, that's basically it. From here, you can also add things like coupons, right? In case you want to have a special price for a special client, you can create a coupon with discount codes, limited time only. So you can do a lot of things with the coupons over here. So definitely check it out. And again, all these things are free of charge. They're part of using Stripe. And if you have no sales, none of these things cost you any money. So that's what I really love about it. And yeah, it gives so much flexibility. Also shipping rates, in case you're sending something internationally. If it's not digital one, then that could be applicable. Tax rates, pricing tables. So a lot of things you can do here. I don't want to go too much into detail. Setting up your first products, that's probably most relevant for most people. So you might add, 2, 3, 5, 6 products. There's no limit to it. So you can just continue add more products. With this, the next thing is you obviously want to put it up for sale somewhere, right? And this is where payment links comes into play. So I really like payment links, and I'll show you why that is so cool. So click into payment links over here and start creating a payment link. So let's go ahead. Payment link. So that's basically, as you can see over here, the checkout page that people will be seeing. Obviously, you have your product or sales that you want to be selling and you promote it in your videos, your emails, what have you. But eventually, people have to check out and pay for that, right? And this is where the checkout page comes in. And look at this, how beautiful, clean it is. And that's what I love about Stripe. It's so nice. If somebody is on an Apple device, they will see right away Apple. Otherwise, they have Google Pay. And how clean and simple. I believe this page has one of the highest conversions, and I like it so much more than many other pages. And you get it, once again, free of charge. So what you want to be doing over here is just add basically which products you're offering at checkout. So in the example, you need some kind of products at the checkout page, and we just created one. So you can see here already, I can see my consultation call. I could add also more products from here, but already we have one. So for now, we go ahead with this one, select that. And you see right away, that's the consultation call, $200. You can do a few tweakings over here, let customer adjust quantity in case you're selling, physical goods, right? You might want to have more or what have you, but other than that, that's fine. Few options in case you want to have the address and what have you, but I usually like it empty because less is more. I want to have the checkout and the sale done afterwards. I can always ask for these things. Yeah, so you can have that. In case you need a custom field, you can still add it. If you wanted to have the first name or what have you, you can do that as well, or allow promotion codes, you can add it as well. You can also very quickly see how it looks on mobile. And the cool thing is you can also change a lot of the branding, right? You can change your logo, your icon, even the colors of your store, you can change in the setting. So it kind of looks and feels like your own brand, right? Which is really important as well. So you can change that in your setting. You can see over here, change how this page looks. You just go in there. Basically, it will take you here to your branding. And here you can really, change around the colors, whatever you want, put your icons, your logos, and yeah, just make it your own identity. So I quite like that. Right, and from here, if you're happy with it, just go ahead, create a link, and we'll take a second, and you will have your own dedicated payment link. So you can see all the things over here, what is enabled at checkout. You have already enabled the card payments, Apple Pay and Google Pay. So easy. I mean, I just absolutely love it. And yes, from here, just go ahead, copy the link, and you have your payment link. So let's go ahead and open it up in a new tab, and boom, there you go. As simple as that. You can see right away the currency is now 180 euros because you can see that I'm based out of Europe right now. That's why it shows me in euro. If I was outside of Europe, it would have shown me in US dollars. So very simple, very nice. And once again, pushing conversion. And here, minimum amount of fields that I need to fill out. And right now, I'm on a Chrome browser. That's why it shows me Google Pay. If I was on my phone or on Safari, I would see Apple Pay. So with one click checkout, it will pay and boom, do the transaction. So just really, really powerful. Absolutely love it. And yeah, it's just as simple as you can get to start earning money online. You can even have a buy button if you wanted to have that. You can click on buy button over here and it would just give you a specific button. You can see, you can choose the button and how it looks and what have you. So if you wanted to grab that and put it under an image that you have in your website, you can do that as well. But I kind of like, having my own landing page and then somebody clicks the button and it will take you to Stripe over there. In fact, let me show you how it looks on my website, Smart Money Club, which by the way is an amazing community of like like-minded people where we talk about all things money and investing. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely have a look. I think it can be really powerful. So basically, people come onto my website. If they like it, they're interested, they can go ahead and click on join now. So that's based on Squarespace, my website. If they click join now, they will be taken to my pricing page, which is also built on Squarespace. So here I can really customize how I like, and whatever plan they're going for, let's say they choose the monthly plan, they click on join now, and that will now take them to my Stripe checkout page. And you can see already customized, with my icon over here, the colors, all the look and feel is like in my brand identity. They can apply a promotion code and then just fill out over here, and boom, they will be subscribed. And that's not a one-off, but it's a recurring subscription basically. So really, really simple, really powerful. Absolutely love it. And yeah, I think it's one of the nicest experiences also for users to complete and feel comfortable with when they see, things like Stripe over here. That's like a trust badge that people like and feel more comfortable to actually give their payment details. Of course, with Stripe, you can also create individual invoices in case you kind of have a one-off that you charge somebody, you did a project for someone and you want to send them an invoice. You could also do that through Stripe, and then Stripe gives them the payment option. They can pay by bank transfer or credit card, and they would have the invoice receipt, you get the payment. So it's really nice, makes it very easy and simple. And they also have some great reporting tools. As I said, you can integrate with a lot of accounting softwares if you needed to, but also some great analytics. Again, right now I don't have any data in here as it is a test account, but you can see things like monthly recurring revenue, retention, churn, a lot of industry standards that you need to know, your KPIs of your business. You will be able to see them free of charge in Stripe. So again, super, super powerful. And one thing I really love about Stripe as well is the integration. As they are one of the biggest payment processors out there, they really integrate with pretty much any platform that you can imagine. Like most platforms literally integrate with Stripe. And one of them is Zapier, which is kind of the glue of the internet. Whatever you want to do with different apps that don't communicate with each other, you can use Zapier for that. And you can see I have already a couple of Zaps running, which are automations. For example, if somebody does a payment on my checkout page, as you've just seen on my Smart Money Club website, basically, as soon as they pay, they get through Zapier an automated email to my membership platform, which is Circle, and Circle then sends them the invite link. At the same time, I'll get a Slack notification and they'll be added to my email marketing tool of choice. They get a tag of their respective membership. And yeah, so many more automations you could do with that. At the same time, if somebody cancels, I get notified, they will be rejected their access to their account. So many cool automations, once again, all working together with Stripe and many other apps. And that's just the beauty of it, of using a payment processor that really is big and integrated. If you have something that's a bit cheaper, maybe they don't integrate with all these great tools out there. That's why I'm really happy to pay that commission to them, which once again, I only pay if I make money, right? So I think it's a win-win. And one thing I have to really mention here is the support, which honestly, this video is not sponsored or anything. I'm not getting anything out of it, but the support I've seen from Stripe is just incredible. Like literally, I don't remember any tool that I've been using online with such a support service. I can promise you that before launching my membership, I literally had for 1 week, every single day, so many questions, how I can set up, how I can do this, a lot of questions as I was new to the platform. And the cool thing is you can request a callback. So basically you just put your phone number, and I kid you not, it was less than 30 seconds after putting my number in there that somebody from Stripe in the US called me on my phone to walk me through the problem. And it's not just some robotic voice that says, let me see, we'll get back to you by email. Like literally, they could always help me right then, right there. So friendly, so nice, so fast. And even after the call, they probably would summarize the case that I had, once again highlighting the solution to my problem. And it's just wow, like absolutely mind-boggling how such a huge company can be so hands-on helping their clients. Because again, I'm obviously subscribed to a lot of services, including my email software, my membership software, and honestly, none of them, where I pay way more on a monthly basis a fee, is so supportive as Stripe. If you feel on the fence whether to go with them or not, honestly, it's just amazing. They also have a nice app, which is really cool. Last time we're out in the evening and I see notification that somebody bought a membership, you see that, and it just makes you happy, right? So these things, whenever you get a notification on the go, I pretty much switched off all notifications except for Stripe notifications, because of course that's amazing to see money coming into the account. So honestly, if you're thinking of starting your own business or already started it but using somebody else, honestly, check out Stripe. I think you're going to love it. It's an amazing platform. As I said, I would definitely not consider any other payment processor. I know there's some cool ones out there, Lemon Squeezy, Square, what have you, and I dabbled around with some of them, but in the end, I always came back to Stripe, and rightfully so. I think they're really the industry benchmark. Honestly, for me, so much better than PayPal. I will not be using PayPal at all, not personally for myself, but also not to receive money. So yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of Stripe. Let me know if you want to see even more deep dives into anything or any specific questions about Stripe. I'm really happy to answer them. Next up, check out this video over here. As always, Thanks a lot for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.